And so we're back on Newswatch. We'll be talking to Rinrin today. Can't wait to talk to Rinrin again. So we have seen the footage of you singing in Russia. I mean, like solo alone. Now, can you tell us the experience of singing alone in Russia from Indonesia? Rinrin, go ahead.
Wow, so yeah, I got the opportunity to sing there. I was really happy.
Okay.
And I was not the only one who performed there actually. Okay. So I perform as a solo singer and songwriter, and there are also traditional dancers that perform Indonesian traditional dance. And there are also two singers, but I got chosen to perform for the last gala concert, and I sang one of my single there. It's called Glock 17, and after that, yeah, I have a pretty good experience because the participants that participate in the event is very, very variative. Like there are participants from Gambia, even from India, and also from the countries in Russia. So I get to know a lot of people, and they have amazing talents. And actually, that was my first time performing solo. So I never performed in Indonesia before as a soloist. So I was really shocked at first, but yeah, it was a great experience.
And the first time that you did a solo show was in Russia.
Yes.
Rinrin, can you imagine that?
Fortunately.
So there's a couple of traditional dances and also singers in Russia other than you. But then what brings amazement to me as also a musician is that you sing your own song there as a soloist in Russia. Can you tell us what songs were you performing there in Russia? And since I think it was a new song, Letters to You, is it?
Yes.
How does it feel to sing Letters to You, an unknown song from your repertoire, to the audience in Russia? Go ahead, Rin.
Wow, okay, so the first time I performed in Russia was in October 2022. I applied there actually, so I applied to the Kazan OIC Youth Capital 2022. And they have this series of events called International Culture Festival. And I applied and I got accepted, so I get to perform my song called Glock 17. That was October. And after I went home to Indonesia, surprisingly, they invited me again to perform there for the series of event of the closing ceremony of their organization, cooperation. So of course, I said yes, and they told me to sing one of my unreleased track. It is called Letter to Myself. So it is basically a song that I wrote for my future self, and I want to tell people to be grateful for what they achieve today, because we work very hard for what we have right now. So I really want to convey that message through that song.
So that is the first time that you perform your song Letter to Myself in Russia as a solo artist. Now, Rinrin will also perform acoustically Letter to Myself. It's an unreleased song, world, so beware. Now, when are you planning to release this track, Letter to Myself?
Actually, very soon. I will release this song on February 3rd. And I'm really excited about it. So I will release the track, and I will do a mini showcase here in Jakarta. So I think I will invite you as well.
Please do, Rinrin.
Yes, so I'm really excited, and after that, I want to continue to write songs similar to the theme that I wrote in that song, because I think I want to inspire people more in my songs for this year. So yeah, I am really excited.
Wow, cannot wait. So let me wrap that up again for you, world. It's 3rd of February 2023. The first single from Rinrin in this year will be released, and it's called Letter to Myself. So there you go. Now, if you wouldn't mind, Rinrin, Letter to Myself, inside the song itself, what do you want to encapsulate about the song to the audience? I mean, it is a letter to your future self.
Yes.
What kind of, you said one keyword, that is grateful, to be grateful.
Grateful, yes.
And what other keywords or theme that you mentioned in the song?
The keywords that I mentioned in the song, it is actually a dream you're living for me. It is actually a sentence, but It's kind of a form of manifestation that we're gonna have a good life in the future. So we're telling our future self that we are going to live a beautiful life in the future. So, but for today, let's just be grateful about it.
Live in the now. That is beautiful. She will be performing acoustic Letter to Myself soon, so stay put, world. Now, what I want to ask you again is about the award in Russia. What is the award about? And how come that you get to get the award, Rin? Yeah.
Okay, so it is really unexpected, actually. I didn't even know that I was gonna get the award. So the award is Young Ambassador of Islamic Arts and Culture of the Kazan OICU 2022. There are actually a lot of awards, not just arts and culture. There are scientific awards, even e-games and photographies. But I won that award, the arts and culture. So after my performance in gala concert in October 2022, they called me and told me that I won the award for art and culture. So they invited me back again to Russia to perform the newest song and to also accept the award. So it's a closing ceremony. Honestly, I don't even know why I got the award, but I'm thankful about it. So yeah.
So wow. So I think that is about. I think that is the message of indie musicians, because I know Rinrin got to do it by her own as a solo artist. All of it, DIY. Okay, do it yourself. And what I get from her talkings is that as a indie musician, well, you have to, if in Bahasa, jemput bola. Yeah. So you reach the audience in Russia, and then they get to know you, they get to invite you to perform there. Then afterwards, on December, you got to perform again, your song.
Yes.
So, okay, if the world in Russia were watching at the moment, Rinrin, who are the people that you want to say thanks to?
Wow.
For this
there
event.
are so many people that I want to say thank you to. First is the Madam Ambassador of Russian Ambassador in Indonesia, Madam Lyudmila. And also my lecturer, his name is Fauzan Al-Rashid. I actually joined this festival because of him. So he told me to apply. At first I was like hesitant because it is Russia after all, and my parents were worried, you know, about the issue there. But I tried, and surprisingly, Russia is very, very beautiful, and the music scene there is also very beautiful. So people really appreciate all kinds of music, all kinds of genre. And I want to thank also Kazan OIC Youth Capital Committees. Thank you very much for having me, and I really hope that I can perform there again and meet my friends there.
Okay, will do. So that is the message from Rinrin. After you release Letter to Myself, well, Russia, please have Rinrin back. World. So this is the first performance of Rinrin Acoustic. So what song will you be singing for us today, Rinrin?
Since we're talking about the song Letter to Myself, I think I'm gonna sing Letter to Myself.
Okay, please do. So world, this is Rinrin singing acoustically her song Letter to Myself. Here it is.
Sleep well. Oh. return. So don't be unfaithful. You should be grateful, 'cause I wish to be where you at right now. I wish to wear your shoes right now. I wanna wear your clothes right now. I wish to be where you at right now. 'Cause you've become the person that I wanna be. I believe things in order to succeed. I'm just a kid who only has a dream, the dream you're living for me, for me, dream you're living for me, for me. For me, you're living the dream. Ooh, you're living the dream. You're living the dream.
Thank you. That was Letter to Myself by Rinrin.
Wow, that was beautiful. The
Thank
first
you.
time on Newswatch.
Yes.
How can Kin be so calm by performing acoustically, Rin? I think that is the magic that you have, World. I mean, she is super calm, and I can imagine in Russia, even though she has this anxiety of performing her very own song, the first song she goes solo in Russia, in another world, but then yet she has this calm feeling in her that I can. It's a force to be reckoned with. So, where does
Thank you,
that
Eda.
calm feeling comes from, Rin? Do you always be like this as a person, or?
Actually, no. I'm really energetic,
Okay.
actually. I'm not this calm.
Okay.
Yes, but in some situation, I gotta be calm. I actually feel calm like this when I sing acoustically.
Okay.
So I got stage fright more when I perform with bands
Okay.
and backing track sequencer. But
Yeah.
when I perform alone, I feel like I'm just singing intimately, like to my friend,
Okay.
for example.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's just like an intimate session for me. And I feel really calm when I sing alone just with my guitar. So yeah, it's it's a
Wow.
great thing for me.
That is amazing, Rin. Just so you know, World, performing acoustically from a musician, it's, I think, the worst scenario ever because you cannot manipulate it.
Yes,
If you're
yes.
singing like with sequencer or backing track, well, you have the electronics to support you. But then if you sing with a mic and a guitar acoustic and sing acoustically, well, that is just pure awesome. So
Thank you, Eda.
thank you for being here, Rin. Now, as I listened to your song, I found those great lyrics in there, like "Dream you're living for me."
Yes,
And then if you feel like you've wasted your time on earth, that is beautiful.
thank you.
I mean, when we're talking about dream in this Konsi Fat Chai moment, what is your dream now and for the future, Rin, for 2023? Go ahead, Rin.
My dream for this year, I just want to write more meaningful songs
Okay.
because I spent the last years, like 2021 and 2022, to write mostly love songs.
Okay.
Yeah. But since last year, I tried to write more meaningful songs.
Okay.
Example, A Letter to Myself.
Yes.
And I really want to bring the more important issues to my songs. Not
Okay.
just like what I'm feeling, but
Yes.
what other people are feeling and how to overcome it.
Okay.
Like, for example, when I wrote this song, I was really desperate. Like, what am I gonna do in the future? Like, I'm still young, but I'm already thinking about, am I gonna be successful?
Okay.
Am I gonna make a difference or
Yep.
something? And then I started to think to myself, what if I wrote a letter to myself, telling myself it is okay to slow down and try to find yourself and even the meaning for you in your life. So yeah, I wrote that song called Letter to Myself.
That's beautiful. So next, in the future years to come, when we will be meeting again, I will ask you, I think, the same question. Does the song Letter to Myself relates to you in the future, Rinrin, or not? In the
Wow,
moment?
that is deep.
That is deep.
That is really deep.
That is deep, Rin. Okay, you mentioned about your first release in 2023, and that is Letter to Myself on February the 3rd, 2023. Rinrin will be having her mini showcase here in Jakarta, and she will write mostly not just love songs, but then songs that are meaningful to you as well. That is her goal in 2023. Now, what I want to ask you again is that, Rinrin, can you give us 3 milestones that you can think of at the moment since we've last met I in person? I mean, I've met you on 2019, and here we are sitting together, you playing acoustically, talking in 2023. Now, 4 years, I've not catch up with you, Rinrin. So, if you can give me and the world 3 milestones that happening in your life for those 4 years.
For the past 4 years
for the past 4
that
years.
we haven't met.
Yeah, what would that be?
Yes, it's been a long time since we last met,
It is.
Okay, so you asking 3 or 4?
3.
3.
Okay, can you give me 3?
Wow, okay. 3. The first one is actually, I wrote my first solo song in 2022 when the pandemic starts, and people were crazy about insecurities. They talk about it a lot, but I think there are not a lot of people who talk really details about it, especially musicians, because it is the easiest way to give information and message to people, right?
Yes.
So I noticed there's a problem about insecurities, and one of them is face breakout, like pimples.
Yes.
People often experience insecurities because of that. Yeah, so I decided to write a song called Pimples. And it is a song about overcoming your insecurities. No matter how you look now, even though your face is breaking out, or even though you have a lot of pimples, you are still as beautiful as you are, especially from inside. So don't let people judge you and stuff like that. So that's the first milestone for 2020.
Yes.
And 2021, I released that track, Glock 17, that I sent to you.
Yeah, I played it on the radio for her.
Yes.
It was awesome, by the way.
Thank you. The song theme is actually just a love song, but I combine a little bit of my parents' culture into it. So my mom is from Sumatra, and they have this traditional instrument called accordion from Melayu, and I decided to include that in my songs. And I think I want to include more traditional Indonesian elements to my songs. So stay tuned.
And we'll be waiting.
Yes, so stay tuned. That is the second milestone in my life. And the third one is, my performance in Russia. The 2 performances that I did, and I'm really thankful for it because I get to share my experience with people from other countries, and I even became best friends with them. So I have a lot of connections because of the event. And I think I'm gonna do a lot of collaborations with people from Uzbekistan, from Iraq, and also from Russia. So yeah, I'm really happy about it. Thank you for asking me, Eda.
You're welcome. Thank you for catching up with me. So let me take you a breather, for you will be performing acoustically. And let me do a recap while Rinrin is taking her breather, because talking and playing is just hard sometimes. So milestone from Rinrin would be 2020. She released a Pimples song. You can heard it for those acne warriors out there listening. In 2020, it's Glock 17. I love the song. It's alternative bossa nova vibes. And 2022 is in Russia. And so here it is today. Thank you for being here with us on Newswatch. This is, I think, the first segment on 2023 where we welcome a singer and songwriter from Indonesia to sing live in the studio. So thank you. I'm Narendra Pawaka, and this is Rinrin singing Glock 17. Take it all away, Rinrin.
nose feels running. So running, I can barely speak. You shot my heart like a Glock 17. So what did actually happen between us? Can you give me a chance to speak? We can fix this and I believe in us, 'cause there's no time left for us to act like this, 'cause we are meant to be. I can feel it when you're with me. Deep down, I know we're gonna be okay again, but I don't wanna slow down. I wanna get you now. Deep down, I know we're gonna be alright again, but I don't wanna slow down. I wanna get to you now. You got me crying over you until my nose feels running. So running, I can barely speak. You shot my heart like a Glock 17. I thought my feelings gonna fade away. I kept trying for you, trying to say, hey, can I come through? Can I see you? Can I feel you? I know you feel the same too. I left Christopher in the middle of winter. Now it's already summer. I still want you more. I watch the clock, you're like a clock, shooting me over and over again, because you got me crying over you until my nose feels running. So running, I can barely speak. You shot my heart like a Glock 17. 'Cause you got me crying over you until my nose feels running. So running, I can barely speak. You shot